All right, Colorado, we are back. And it's time for us to continue our GM mode commentary with your Colorado Avalanche. And it's time for the redo of the 2017 NHL entry draft. So if you guys missed the last video, we had a game-breaking glitch that completely destroyed our GM mode. The poor Washington Capitals, man. They finally won the Stanley Cup with Alexander Ovechkin, and that EA voodoo's got to take it away. So I was reading your comments. I was trying to fix the problem, but it just seemed like it was glitched for sure. I listened to what EA Sports had to say. They suggested that I hard reset my console. That didn't work. I came back. I used a backup save that the game auto-saved for me. It was back at the trade deadline before I traded for Jonathan Drouin. I loaded that save file back up. I just auto-simmed to the draft. I tried to go through the draft again. It froze once again, okay? I went to the settings in the main menu and the settings here in the GM mode and put the newest gameplay version back to 1.02 instead of 1.03. It still froze. And last but not least, I went back into the old file. I tried to just go to calendar mode and quickly sim past the draft. I think you can do that if you click on the draft day. Yeah, you go to auto draft. It would still lag out. So it didn't matter what I did. That old save file is gonzo alonzo, boys, which really sucks because I had to restart year number one. I mean, it's good that it was only 1 year in, but because it's a different simulation, we're going to have different results, different players winning different awards. The Stanley Cup is now in Chicago instead of Washington. So that kind of sucks. And on top of that, I really did appreciate our first year NHL entry draft. I drafted some studs, but we have to redo that again, along with the Gabriel Landeskog New York Islander trade. I got to figure out how I'm going to do that. All right, so boys, what I did was I replicated all the trades that we already made at the right times. So before I started the simulation, Varlamov to Carolina for Aho. I sent, Soderberg to Montreal for some picks. Then at the trade deadline, I traded for Drouin for Matt Duchene and 50% retained salary. And here we are at the draft. We still have Gabriel Landeskog on the team, but I would like to get Timothy Liljegren and Maxime Comtos, or however you pronounce his name, on the squad, okay? So before we go ahead, we'll just show you the updated playoff tree. It looks like this. The Capitals, they got to the Eastern Conference Finals before losing to the Philadelphia Flyers. My God, Philly and Chicago back in the Cup Finals. Yeah, you saw a little bit weirder simulation here. Winnipeg made the playoffs in the Western Conference. The Philadelphia Flyers made it in the Eastern Conference, 2 Game 7s in there in the second and third round. So a little bit different, but the Chicago Blackhawks, certainly a team that could win the Stanley Cup. They take it in year number 1. So Chicago, President's Trophy goes to the Minnesota Wild, Chicago, and Philadelphia in the Cup Finals. Player awards, Alexander Ovechkin, the Art Ross, Hart Memorial, Alexander Ovechkin, James Norris, Brent Burns, Lady Byng, Nicholas Backstrom, Calder Memorial, Patrick Laine, Conn Smythe, Corey Crawford, Vezina goes to Henrik Lundqvist, William M. Jennings, Corey Crawford, Bill Masterton, Brooks Orpik, Frank J. Selke, Jordan freaking Stahl, Ted Lindsay, Alexander Ovechkin, and Maurice Richard, Alexander Ovechkin. What a year for Ovi. But I guarantee you, he would trade the year that has been lost where his team won the Stanley Cup in exchange for the year that he just had where they got kicked out in, the third round this time with all those individual awards, but still no Stanley Cup to show for it. Okay, so I think I bored you guys long enough with that intro. Let's start it up. The year 1 NHL entry draft. Okay, so just know I've already gone ahead with this to make sure that I can simulate through it, and I can. We can get through the draft. I think it was just something to do with the fact that I started a GM mode gameplay update. You know what? I'm just going to stop. I don't know what happened, all right? EA Voodoo, we'll just say that. So the Arizona Coyotes, they're drafting first overall. That's another thing. We got a different lineup now, first, second, and third, which kind of sucks. The Winnipeg Jets ain't getting Patrick Laine as their center right-wing combination. So the Arizona Coyotes, they don't want to trade away their first-round pick, or first overall pick, I should say. Now, the Ottawa Senators do want to trade away their first-round pick in 2017, but it's the second overall pick. I don't want to pick up Nolan Patrick or Nico Hischier. I want to pick up the exact same picks that I have. The Carolina Hurricanes at number 5, If you remember, we traded Gabriel Landeskog to the Islanders, which were at number 5 on the old save file. They're not here anymore, and the Carolina Hurricanes don't want to give up their first-round pick. Now, I really want to get Timothy Liljegren and Comtos, like I said, back on the team. The Vancouver Canucks at number 6. Let's see, they want to give it up, but I don't think Comtos and Liljegren will drop all the way back there. So you know what I'm going to do, boys? This is going to suck. The Dallas Stars at number 3. A team that is in our division, the Central Division. Now, they want to give up their first-round pick. I know they want to give up their first-round pick for next year as well. It's going to be 3rd overall, which will allow us to select at 3rd and 4th. Hang on a second. Grab this down here. Boom. And I believe they want Gabriel Landeskog. Now, the reason that this sucks compared to the trade with the Islanders is that I sent Gabriel Landeskog to the Eastern Conference. The only time that would come back to bite us in the ass is the Stanley Cup Finals, right? By trading him to the Dallas Stars, you're setting up a future, because he's young, man. You're setting up a future with Jamie Benn, Tyler Seguin, and now Gabriel Landeskog. Throw John Klingberg in there as well on the point. And we're going to be seeing this guy multiple times a year and probably in the first or second round of playoff runs that we eventually get into, okay? But, like I said, I wanted Comtos and Liljegren. That's the priority right now. So this trade, yeah, they got some salary cap issues. Okay, let me go find a way to make this trade go through. I will use the power of video editing. Okay, boys, so this trade is a little bit harder to get through. This is why it sucks so hard that we didn't get that save file to just work out. We had such a great freaking first-year NHL entry draft, but we got Gabriel Landeskog, this guy Greer. He's a bottom 6 forward, 3 years left. I'm not going to use him. We're going for the 3rd overall pick this year and Dallas's first-round pick for next year. We're going to have to pick up Alesh Hemsky, who's got 1 year left. Actually, I think his contract is up. Yeah, his contract is up, but he's got $4 million. So that will allow us to get the Dallas Stars under the cap so we can make this trade go through. And I am cheating with one trade asset here, boys. 3rd round pick in 2022. The reason I want to do this is because when I traded for the New York Islanders, I didn't trade away any of our draft picks for this year because I wanted to have that great NHL entry draft. Normally, I wouldn't do this. You guys can criticize me if you want, but blame EA Voodoo for this. This trade would be no problem with the New York Islanders, but here with the Dallas Stars, it's a little bit different, okay? So, and it's also, I'm trading for the 3rd overall pick instead of the 5th overall pick, so the extra value. So EA Voodoo screwed me over. I got to do this. So proposed trade, Landeskog, Greer, 7th, 6th, and a 3rd for a 1st this year and a 1st next year. Will it go through? Ooh, too far off. Okay, so I'm going to have to find a way. You know what I'll do, boys? Instead of the 3rd, I'll have to cheat even harder. I'll just throw the 2nd in there. And by the year that comes up, I can just replace that 2nd. Like I said, normally I wouldn't do this. Normally I don't trade draft picks unless it's the year directly after. But we got screwed hardcore with that EA Voodoo. Sweeten it just a touch. Come on now. Goddamn. All right, so I'll save the 6th and the 7th from this year. We'll go back down to that year, and we'll add in the 4th. That better be good enough. Come on. I don't want a 2nd and a 3rd. That's ridiculous. There it is. Come on, go through. All right, I'd probably take away the 7th, and I will throw in a 4th from 3 years from now. There you go. Oh my god, these kind of trades look ridiculous. I never do these. Here we go, proposed trade. I am happy to accept your offer. So boys, there it is. We have just set ourselves up for a horrible future with Gabriel Landeskog with the Dallas Stars in our division. Oh, playoff round 1 and round 2 are going to be interesting in the future. But what that has done is it allows us to draft the players that we want. Now, if freaking Nolan Patrick or Nico Hischier dropped a 3, I might have to do it, boys. Oh, what the fuck? You took Timothy Liljegren? Oh, you piece of shit Ottawa Senators. How could you do? They love their super sweet defenseman. Are you freaking kidding me? Well, there it is, boys. Timothy Liljegren goes to the Ottawa freaking Senators. Thank you, EA Voodoo, for putting this upon me. Oh my god, I wanted that defenseman. Alright, boys, well, you know, where one door closes, another one opens. There's a silver lining everywhere. We're not going to get our hands on the super sweet elite defenseman, but dropping to number 3, our bona fide second-line center of the future, maybe even a first-line center, Nolan freaking Patrick. I'll take it, boys. I mean, I'll take it. Now, I'll go into a little bit of strategy here because now the team is starting to, like I said, open up some new doors. And if we're talking about option C, the accelerated rebuild, we had multiple positions that we needed to fill. The reason I liked Timothy Liljegren and Maxim Komtos is because we do need to fill that top 6 left wing position. Yes, we have JT Comfer, but another one. So Komtos makes sense. The defenseman makes sense because, yes, I want to hold on to Tyson Barrie. Yes, we still have to trade for Derek Pouliot. But next year, I think Ryan Merkley, Rasmus Dahlin, Cale Adson, there's a few good defensemen in the top 10, and we have 2 first-round picks, right? So I could pick up the defenseman next year, and there's still one positional need that we have. It's the second-line center position. And when you look at teams that win the Stanley Cup, they don't just have a passable second-line center. They usually have a stud in there, okay? Nolan Patrick, what's his name? Nathan McKinnon down the middle. I'll take that. I'll take that any day of the week, okay? So Nolan Patrick, welcome to the Colorado Avalanche. Maybe EA Voodoo's working out for us here, boys. Oh my God, the Dallas Stars could have got Nolan Patrick at number 3. That wouldn't have been fair. No way, man. So Nolan Patrick at number 3 coming to the Colorado Avalanche. And at number 4, we might as well just pick up the left wing that we selected last time. You guys were just ridiculing me for my pronunciation of this player. Maxime, how do you guys play it? Comtios? Shit, I don't know how to pronounce that. Comtios. That looks like Comtios to me, but someone's going to correct me in the comment section. So we might as well select this guy. There is Gabriel Velarde, a center, but we already got Nolan Patrick, Owen Tippett, Shushko, Rasmussen, Vesalainen, Thielander. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad thing going for a defenseman, but maybe if we had like the 6th overall pick, I'd go after Nylander or maybe even Valimaki. But because it's the 4th overall pick, you got to go after one of these guys. And you know what? By getting that left wing, we complete our top 6. We really do now. You got Jonathan Drouin, Nathan McKinnon, Nolan Patrick, Rantanen, JT Comfort, Tyson Jost, and now Maxime Komtos. And Miguel Grigorenko as well. Almost like your top 9 is filled out. So boom, Bob's your uncle. Welcome back to the Colorado Avalanche, Maxime Komtos. All right, now I got to offer another trade. I got to go to the Pittsburgh Penguins and get Erik Johnson back for Derek Pouliot. Let me do this, boys, and we'll be right back. Okay, boys, so here's the trade once again. Derek Pouliot for Erik Johnson and a bunch of prospects. Nantel, Boykov, Gertzen, and Washington Capitals' 2nd-round pick. I believe I traded away our 2nd-round pick to get Derek Pouliot, which is higher up than Washington's. I'm just going to try this to see if it goes through, okay? So, will it go through? You've met our Yeah, see, this is what I mean. So, let me just take off that 2nd-round pick for the Washington Capitals all the way down there, and I will throw in the Colorado Avalanche 2nd-round pick, which is much more, or which has much more value attached to it. So Johnson, bunch of prospects, and a 2nd for Derek Pouliot. Will it go through? Yes, the Pittsburgh Penguins, they believe that this transaction will contribute to their success. So, boys, there it is again. The trades that I made in the last video. The difference is the Ottawa Senators, they decided to go get Erik Karlsson 2.0 instead of Nolan Patrick. But I'll take that. So, instead of Timothy Liljegren and Maxime Komtios, we got Nolan Patrick and Maxime Komtios. And Nolan Patrick, high elite. Should be interesting to see how that player grows and how he simulates. Okay, so sim options, we basically offer trade. Now, because I didn't get that defenseman, maybe I want to move up and try to acquire that Thielander guy or that Valimaki guy, just to get another prospect in the pool. I know I got Derek Pouliot on the team. Let me just take a look here. Let me, trade values. Hang on. No. Sebastian Aho is another player. Good God, man. Our top freaking 9. One of these players will be trade bait, but not this year. Not this year. Jakey Comfer, Big Riz, Zadorov, because they could still grow. Grigorenko, he's definitely trade bait, but we got to see if he grows. Bedwin, Barron, Hemsky. No, we got no trade value anymore. Goaltenders. So I was thinking about moving up. I could always trade away. Do I want to trade away? No. You got your players. No. You got your players. What you need to do now is just use the draft picks and try to have a sweet-ass NHL entry draft the same way you had last time. So sim to user pick, okay? So the thing about this is that the players that I drafted, they come out differently, some of them, okay? So I can't just go back and select the exact same players. They're not in the same spots. They have different potentials because, after all, this is a completely new season. So let us go in here. I'm not going to select the same players. I'm going to try to look at that potential and grab NHL potential bound player or NHL bound players with high potential. So hang on a second. AHL top 6. AHL. Let me just read this. AHL top 6 defenseman. Hey, Heskainen. That was the guy I grabbed last time. And also K. Lind, bottom 6. Yes. Okay. But look at that. I think K. Lind now. See, he was bottom. I got him as a low top 6 before. He might be a medium top 9 now. K. Lind. Okay, AHL top 4, AHL top 4. Ooh, Karpatsev, AHL top 4 low. That would be better than Heskainen at AHL top 6 low. You see, I'm starting to be able to read this shit. So hang on, AHL top 6 forward, no. Bottom 6 forward, that would be like a low top 9 Sergeyev, I believe. This would be a medium top 6 or a high or medium 7th defenseman. Anderson, no. You know what? This Karpatsev guy, two-way defender. He's supposed to go in the 3rd round. Let's see, Vitaly Karpatsev. He's left-handed, 18 years of age. AHL top 4. And AHL, I think this guy will be a medium top 6. I think he will be. Might even be slightly higher. And then Hedberg will be a medium top 6 as well. Oh, yeah, we got some players there. So I'm going to get this Karpatsev guy, okay, boys? We need some defensemen. Come on. Medium top 6. Yeah, baby. All right, so medium top 6. Solid draft pick right there. Left-handed, two-way defender. Sim options. We need to, I'm hoping that we can acquire stud defensemen in next year's NHL entry draft. Sim to user pick. I don't know if we're going to be the greatest team, and maybe Dallas's pick is going to be horrible as well. So we can acquire Rasmus Dahlin, Ryan Merkley, Cale Addison. I think there's another guy in there. But we can get some depth defensemen. Maybe somebody who grows to the top 4. So let's see here. So I know Hedberg is going to be a medium top 6. That is definitely a medium top 6. Bottom 6. Do I want... I already have enough forwards on this team. Heskainen would be a medium 7th defenseman. Yes, that would be. Medium top 4. No, bottom 6. Bottom 6. Okay, you know what I'll do? Instead of Hedberg, I wouldn't mind acquiring some depth two-way forwards right here, and that's what I'll do. These two guys. I'll go back and get K. Lind again. He should be a medium. Yeah, he should be a medium top 9 forward. I don't think he'll be a low top 9. If he's a low top 9, that's going to suck. Maybe I should go for Sergeyev. Oh, they're both the same. Who's younger? Hang on. Sergeyev, 18, right-handed. K. Lind, Canadian, 18, right-handed, and he's got a picture. Cole Lind. All right, so I selected him last time, boys. I'll select it again. Just don't be low top 9. Oh, he's low top 6. All right, perfect. So he was the same potential. So Karpatsev and Lind in the 2nd round, a medium top 6 and a low top 6. Sim options, sim to user pick. This is what I mean, boys. We have to have a good NHL entry draft. We have to acquire players that are NHL bound, that can help us out, and at the very least are trade baits, all right? None of this low AHL player crap. We don't need that. All right, so Hedberg, he should be a medium top 6, but let's just see. AHL bottom 6, Spellreeve. That should be AHL top 6 yellow. Green, AHL bottom. I think this guy would be a medium top 9. I believe so. Let's keep looking around. AHL top 6. I think Martineau would be a medium top 6 potential. AHL top 4. Yes, I believe he would be. Yamamoto, bottom 6. So Hedberg, medium top 6. Belrave, medium top 9 as a center. I already got plenty of centers, though. I don't need Belrave. And this guy, Martineau, medium top 6. Dadashanov. But Dadashanov was high. Yeah, I don't know. He wasn't actually a good pick. I'm trying to remember. Damn it, boys. I'm thinking hard. Let me just go down here and see if there's any players that pop out. There you go. AHL top 4. Voynov, defensive defenseman. You can always grab a defensive defenseman to play on the back end. AHL top 4, and we know that's medium. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to grab this guy, boys. A Voynov. Boom. All right, he's AHL top 4, which means medium top 6 potential. So I got a two-way defenseman and now a defensive defenseman. Like I said, I want that depth on the back end. Sim to the user pick. One defensive defenseman in the lineup's never a bad thing. Hedberg was another top 6 defenseman. All right, so there's definitely guys in there that I can find. I'm much better at this potential system now, boys. I can scout these damn players. All right, so, I got those defensemen now. Might be time for a forward. Dadashanov. Let me see. AHL. Let me just search by forwards for right now. Oh, I can't search just by forwards, of course. EA Sports. AHL top 6, bottom 6 forward. AHL. Bellareve is the one I'm looking at right now, boys. But he's got the he's got the center position on him, and we already have Tyson Joss, Nathan McKinnon, and now Nolan Patrick down the middle. Let me just keep on looking here. AHL top 4. AHL, I might have to just dig deep into this. Let's try to find something with low or unknown. There you go. AHL top 6 forward. There it is. Voloshenko, sniper in the 4th round. I'm going to do it, boys. We're reaching deep in this draft. Voloshenko, AHL top 6 forward, a sniper. I think he should be medium top 9 or better. Voloshenko, come on, medium top 9 or better. Medium top 9. All right, there you go. We got a sniper. And the snipers at medium top 9, you never know. They could simulate well. Sim options, sim to user pick. Okay, boys, use some power of video editing there because I took way too long looking for my next pick. But I found one. 6th round. League interest is low, but low AHL top 6. Sugihara from the United States of America. Dwayne Sugihara. Because he's low AHL top 6, I'm pretty sure he'll be at least medium top 9. If we're building the back end, I could get a power forward in there, okay? So, Sugihara, welcome to the Colorado Avalanche. Let's see. Low top 9. Okay, could be a little bit better, but because he's a power forward, all I need is that physical category and that defensive category to jump up there. So, we got a sniper in there and a power forward. So, some defensemen, some forwards, sim to user pick. Once we get to the 4th round, I want to try to find, goaltender time. There is a goalie in there that had the high backup, so I think that's going to be a low starter at least. Might even be better. Might be a medium starter. Hopefully no one selected him just yet. Hang on. Let me just sort by potential. There it is. Vehvilainen. Vehvilainen? How do you pronounce that? Veni Vehvilainen. He's 20 years of age. He's a high backup. He might already be able to play in the NHL or the AHL. So I'd say this guy is a low starter. But I can't remember what the goaltenders were, the last ones that we got. He's a medium fringe starter. Okay, shit, right. Fringe is above the AHL. Is fringe above backup? Fringe starter. Right. That's the one I keep forgetting about. It's not starter right after it. Fringe starter, though. Medium. He might be a decent backup for us in the future. Sim option, sim to user pick. I want to try to find that goaltender, though, boys. So I'm going to make another pick for a goaltender. We're in the 4th round. There's some players that we can find later. But I feel like we've already been successful with the 2 defensemen, the 2 forwards, and, of course, Nolan Patrick and Maxim Comtios. So let's just sort by goaltenders right now. Let me see. AHL fringe. Let me just sort by the best ones. Yeah, AHL fringe. Yeah, so I think if I were AHL backup, let me just go down here. AHL extra. Yeah, if I'm going to have the best chance at finding a guy who can play here, it's either going to have to be just some random unknown that I get lucky with. But, I mean, there's a lot of them in there. Look at that. Yeah, there's a lot of unknowns in there. So I don't want to try an unknown. But if I go to the highest part of this list, AHL fringe goaltenders. These 3 right here. Marmelind, Lala, and Lettinen. Now, I don't know if they would... AHL fringe goaltender to AHL starter to back up. I think these guys might just be fringe goalies as well. 20 years of age, 18. I'll take the 18-year-olds. Marmelind, yeah, okay. Let me try to take the 18-year-olds, and then I'll see what his potential is like. If it's good enough, I'll come back and get this guy, but I think it's going to be the same. Like a low fringe starter, a medium fringe starter. Let's see, low backup. Okay, so we got our 2 goaltenders there, boys. I'm going to stop trying to select goalies. Sim to user pick. There might be a nice player in those unknown goaltenders, but other than that, they're all fringe starters or worse. And with the unknowns, I don't want to take a gamble. So we're just going to go back to selecting players here. AHL bottom 6, Semenov, no. All right, so let me go back to this potential. Let me just sort it. AHL top 6. AHL Jaskinen, power forward, might be a good 4th liner for the future for us. Yeah, it's got to either be low top 9 or medium or low bottom 6, something like that. Jaskin, power forward, low top 9. There's another one. So we got a few power forwards on the ninth line, for Christ's sake. For the top 9. We got a nice depth in this draft. 5th round now. 2nd pick. We'll just keep on drafting. You know what? If we have... Yeah, we do have a 6th and 7th. I might just take some stabs at some unknown goaltenders there, boys. I might just try it out. We'll see if we can get lucky. AHL extra. Let me sort by this again. If anything, I'll just go for guys, like AHL top 2. Parika, this guy should be a medium 7th defenseman, and this guy should be a medium bottom 6. So I'll just grab these guys as well. Parika, defenseman, low 7th defenseman. Okay, not medium. Sim to user pick. Are we in the 6th round now? 6th and 7th round, I'll select 2 more goaltenders, boys. We'll get 4 goalies in here. I would love to be able to snag, like, a starter from the unknown list. That's what I'm going to try to do, okay? So, hang on a second here. Come on. I like my our old NHL entry draft, the last one, man. We killed it the last time. AHL extra, AHL backup. Hang on a second. If I go low, AHL fringe starter, the AHL backup would be even lower. No, we don't want those ones. So we're going to have to take a guess here, boys. Unknown. Oh, geez. What would say? Oh, you know what? There it is. You got to go. I was looking for a good last name. Outhouse, baby. Yeah, you get close to this guy. His crease smells like shit. Griffin Outhouse. I'll select this guy. Let's see how good he is. Griffin Outhouse, welcome to the Colorado Avalanche, medium AHL starter. So nothing special there. Sim options, sim to user pick. Maybe I'll just try to select a guy based off of age. I'll select a guy who's like 17 or 18 years of age. So boys, we have our last pick in the year 1 NHL entry draft. The Colorado Avalanche have had a very busy day acquiring tons of players. And in the 7th round, they're still looking. Can we get someone, like it's just a stud in here? Hang on. All right, so there's a lot of them. Do I have a whole list here? Got a whole, oh my God, yeah, we got a whole list. Is there any way I can sort by age? Nope, can't sort by age. All right, so we'll just go up the list here. Hang on, I could do some power. Can I search? Can I switch here? No, I can't. 19. Let's see, 19. Grant, 19. Child. Okay, you know what? I'll do some power video. Oh, here we go. Tristan Berube. Yeah, I'll go for it. Tristan Berube. Let's see. Will this guy grow? He's Canadian. Coming to Colorado. Will he grow? No. Low AHL starter. So, our 6th round pick and our 7th round picks were complete duds, boys, but that's okay. I feel like we had a good NHL entry draft, and we already had so many picks before that. Nolan Patrick, Maxim Komtyos, Karpatsev, Lynn Voinov, Voloshenko, Sugihara, Valainen, Lettinen, Jaskin, Paprika, Outhouse, and Berube. Welcome to the Colorado Avalanche. And, well, what do you know? We actually got through it without it freezing. So you know what I'm going to do, boys? I'm just going to go over here, save file, create a new file just to ensure that it doesn't freeze and I can get through that NHL entry draft. And now we got the resign stage. So because our last video was already the NHL entry draft, I already kind of know what I want to do. I don't want to waste time here. I want to get to the preseason for next video, okay? So we're going to do free agency in this one as well. It's going to be a long video. You guys deserve it after EA Voodoo slapped us in the face. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign all the players I want. We'll take a look at our rookies and their individual stats, all that good stuff, and then we'll go into free agency. But remember, it's the accelerated rebuild, which means there's one more year. We're not going to be going out and signing superstar players. I don't think any superstars would want to come to this team anyways. We got to keep the salary cap low because eventually all these players coming up are going to receive big boy contracts, okay? So, give me some time here. I will edit all of this crap. Okay, boys, so I did the re-signing of the Colorado Avalanche. We got rid of a bunch of players. I got the young players who we don't know if they're a part of our future on 3-year deals. The only guy I gave a big boy contract to is Jonathan Drouin. I put him on a 6-year deal, similar to Nathan McKinnon, just underneath how much he's making. So Glaubeff, Jelena, he's back. Miguel Grigorenko, Nikita Zadorov, Andres Martinson, Zach Redmond, Brian Flynn, Jonathan Drouin, Marcus Heine. Well, why am I even saying all these names? I don't even need to. Accepted. Everyone is back. So let me just show you the contracts. Then we'll go into free agency. I'll make the signings. I know basically what I need. If there's players out there that can help out our future, I'll sign them. But if there's any veterans, no way. Even if they do make our team better, we got to give the ice time to the youngins. So goaltenders, we got Picard. We got Eddie Lack if he wants to play another year in the AHL. Might just be our backup because Valainen, the goaltender that we drafted, even though he's medium starter, he's already coming into the NHL as 73 overall. So you might see some growth out of this guy if we work it the right way. We'll see what happens. And then all these other goaltenders down here that we drafted, 65, 62, 61, 50, fringe starter, AHL starter. We'll see what these guys become. I think it was a miss, though. I went for a grand slam, and I think I whiffed on him. So defensively, we got Tyson Barrie. This is where we're weak, boys. Tyson Barrie, Redmond, Zadorov, Bigris, and Zadorov and Bigris. Well, no, Bigris will be next year, but Zadorov, I gave him a 3-year deal at $2 million per year. That's good enough for us right now, and also it gives me a year or two to decide if I want to trade him. His contract will be accepted by another team. It was Derek Pouliot. There you go. Derek Pouliot's another player on a 3-year deal, 2.250, 3 years. I'd like to see how he grows. If he doesn't turn out to be the player that we need, I can always trade him away. Nicholas Malak, I'm hoping to see some good growth out of him. Okay, defensively, actually, hang on. And the prospects, we got Parika, Voinov, Karpatsev. This Voinov guy, medium top 6, 18 years of age, already 65 overall. This guy could be a future penalty killer for us, for sure. Maxim Voinov. Right wingers, Jonathan Drouin. He's signed for 6 years at 5.750. I believe McKinnon's at 6.3 for another 6 years, so those two guys are locked up. Mikko Rantanen, okay. Jaskin, top 9, 60 overall, nothing too special. Kaylin, 57 overall, low top 6, nothing too special. Who else did we get here? JT Compher, already signed all these guys. Grimaldi, I gave him a 3-year deal. We'll see if this guy grows. Maxime Comtios, there is his individual stats, boys. 76 overall, medium elite. I don't think he'll be ready in year number 1. But year number 2, he should be ready to go. Sugihara, 65 overall, 18 years of age. Voloshenko, 61, 17 years of age. You can see how these depth draft picks could end up helping us out in the future. And our center core, Nathan McKinnon, 88 overall. You can see he's on a 6-year deal at 6.3. Nathan McKinnon, Jonathan Drouin, 5.7. Nolan Patrick, the minor league deal. And that's the reason I didn't go any longer than 3 years for these guys, because Nolan Patrick in 3 years is going to want a big boy contract, man. Big time. Tyson Jost as well. So all these guys have been re-signed. Now, what I can do for the AHL squad, once we get to preseason, I can then re-sign free agents there, because I don't know who's going to grow. I don't know who's going to be on the team, so I don't want to go crazy with players. I mean, we already have, we got 15 roster spots available. We got $27 million of cap space, which is great. But I'm looking to build the NHL squad. So center core, McKinnon, Patrick. I could use a 3rd and 4th line center. I don't know what Tyson Jost is going to grow this year. He might benefit from another year in the AHL. We'll see. Left wingers, Aho, Comfer. Comfer's ready to go in the NHL. But other than that, I mean, I don't think Comtios is. So a 3rd and 4th line left wing, depth, power forward, grinder, 2-way forward, a veteran who's ready to go, who doesn't cost too much, and right wingers, Jonathan Drouin, Mikko Rantanen, Grigorenko, maybe a 4th line right wing. So you're looking at least 3 depth forwards. A center, a left wing, and a right wing. I could get like one of each right there. But defensively, Tyson Barrie really is the only NHL-capable defenseman that we have. Now, Zadorov and Bigris and Derek Pouliot may get significant jumps, which would put us to 4 defensemen out of the 6 that we need. So we're not in horrible trouble right there. But I don't think Siemens or Malak are going to be ready. So I'm thinking a left wing depth, a center depth, a right wing depth, and 2 defensive depth. After that, if we still have cap space, which we should, maybe a backup just to help us out and let Eddie Lack play there in the AHL. But Eddie Lack might grow because 79 overall, I think that's from playing in the AHL the entire year. So, boys, I know what I got to get. Let's get into free agency. I will acquire what we need, the assets, and then we will go ahead and sim up to preseason. We'll take a look at the rosters. We'll call it a video right there. You guys can chime in on the changes that we've gone through. Any suggestions? I mean, it's completely different now with Nolan Patrick and Timothy Liljegren, and a second-line center, future first-line center probably, and a future top 2 defenseman is the difference between our teams now. So I think the future's a little bit different. We may have to acquire that defenseman in a trade, but I do think that next year's NHL entry draft, if we have a top 5 pick, we can solve that defenseman problem right there. So here we go. Let's start goaltenders. Any good backups available? Darcy Kemper, 82. Now, you know what? I'll just hold on to Eddie Lack. He's 79. He's right there. We don't need to go crazy. And I have Vehvilainen, who I'd like to play in the AHL. So we're not going to touch any goaltenders. Defensively, UFAs. Let's see. Carl Alsner. I mean, Justin Schultz. I mean, these guys would help us out. But there's no way they would want to sign with us. And in 3 years, we got a lot of contracts. Rantanen, Nolan Patrick, Tyson Jost, Grigorenko. We got a lot of guys to sign eventually, so I'm not going to give up that kind of money to a guy. I mean, he's 26. He could help us out. I already got Tyson Barrie as my offensive defenseman. You know what? No. I want the 2 guys who are depth. So, Kempney, yeah, like this guy. He's got high top 6. He may even get some growth right here. Who's this guy? Michael Kempney, defensive defenseman. Some good defensive stats, but his offensive awareness and passing are capable. He's got a horrible shot. His physical category is bad, but you know what? This guy can help out defensive. Yep, I'm going to grab this guy. Here it is. This guy can help us out. 1-year deal. Ooh, 1 year. You know what? I'll give you a 2-year deal because it's not like I'm in cap problems. I don't want to make sure I grab this guy. All right, 2 years at 2.5. There you go. Boom. That's what I mean. I don't want to waste that kind of money for guys up there, boys. I just don't want to. I want to give the ice time to our younger players. Weirkoch and Cowan, I could bring them back. Not going to. Ehrhoff, England. Del Zaster. You know what? Del Zaster might not be bad. All right, we're back. Just had some allergies. So we got Michael Del Zaster right here. 27 years of age. He only wants 1.4. His stats, they're not looking the greatest, but like I said, boys, we're looking to slowly grow this team. Another bad year ain't the worst. And by signing a big-time free agent, you're locking up a lot of money. I don't like to sign free agents just to trade them away as well. That's kind of nonsense. We already have plenty of defensemen who need the ice time. I just need guys who can fill in. And this guy, Kempney, he's the defensive defenseman, and now I'll grab an offensive defenseman. Michael Del Zaster. What did I say, boys? A left wing center, right wing depth, and then 2 defensive depth. So we'll go 2 years with Del Zaster. I want to make sure I grab him. So we'll do the same thing, 2.25. Oh, we're fine for cap for the next 2 years. 3 years, that's a different story, but 2 years, we are fine. So I will re-sign Michael Del Zaster. Other than that, we'll leave it alone. Right wingers now. Let's see. TJ Sochi, there's no way. There's no room in our top 6, boys. We already have so many players in our top 6. I need guys, third-line scorers, Berglund. I got Grigorenko, Tyson Jost. I could use... No, you know what? No. Get the depth players. Get the depth players. Get the guys who can play defense. 4th line. B. Malone. Let's see. Brad Malone. Yeah, you know what? Defensive stats, not bad. I'll grab him for depth or injuries. There you go. Boom. 1 year at 1.250. Let's take a look at left wingers. Thomas Tatar, Havlat, Booth, Burrows, Upshaw, Desjardins, 4th line. Yep, there you go. Grinder with some good defensive stats. There we go. Latta as well. Grinder, 2 grinders I could grab here. Desjardins and Latta. You know what? I'm going to grab both of them. There you go. So 1 year at, I'll give him $2 million. I want to make sure I get these guys. There you go. And Latta, the same thing. If I have too many players, one of them could just play down there in the AHL. And also, if injuries happen, we got to be ready. So 1.5 for Latta. And let's take a look, last but not least, at a 4th line center. Tyler Johnson. Oh my God, they let Tyler Johnson go to free agency. So boys, that was the idea with Matt Duchene. So Tyler Johnson has left Tampa Bay Lightning, but they now have Matt Duchene as their 2nd line center. So they're fine. And they wouldn't have been able to sign freaking Jonathan Drouin because Drouin, for me, made 5.750. He was asking north of $6 million. I used the 15% rule. Tyler Johnson's at 5.5 as well, so it's the same. They would have lost one of them, maybe even both of them. Nick Bonino. Ooh, you know what? Nick Bonino. That's an interesting one. This is where we can spend some money here, boys. Zach Smith. You know what? I'm going to spend some money on Nick Bonino here. He's got good defensive stats. And also, Tyson Jost's, if he is ready for a top 6 time, he might be a winger because he is a sniper. I could put him on the wing. We could see him simulate. If not, I can always put him on the 3rd line wing. I can always put Nick Bonino as a 4th line center as well and just give him 1st line penalty kill time. He'll be fine with the ice time. But if he is as a 3rd line center, he could help out Grigorenko and Sebastian Aho as the wingers there as a goal-scoring 3rd line. Yeah, you know what? Nick Bonino. I like that one. Offer contract. And we'll spend some money here, boys. This is why I've been saving it 2 years. I'm going to make sure we get Nick Bonino. I want Nick Bonino on this team. If we're going to help out the future, boom. We need some structure down the middle. This will help out our penalty killing. Boom. 2 years, $6 million. Is there anyone else I should sign just in case? 29, Gagliardi. Smith, you know what? No. We'll do that at preseason. I'll take a look at what we have, and then we can do all that at preseason, okay? So, advanced day, let's see if the Colorado Avalanche are able to land not the prospects, the free agents that they've targeted here. Andrew Desjardins has accepted. Michael Kempney has accepted. Michael Delzaster has accepted. Nick Bonino has accepted, boys. And Brad Malone, Michael Ladd. Okay, we got a bunch there. So they're all coming to the Colorado Avalanche. Signed free agents. Now let's see how much cap space we got. Cap space. We got 15 million. So we're right there. Now, there are some, like Wenberg, he's an RFA right now. No, I'm not going to go after RFAs. Niederreiter, he's an RFA. Let me go back to UFAs just for one more second. Is there anyone that pops out at me? Team interested. There's already teams interested in all these guys. Wisniewski, 85. No, but nah. Williams, Justin Williams. Berglund for a scorer. Let me just see here. Patrick Berglund. Could he help us? You know what? No. You got so many players coming up in the AHL. No, you're good. I'm good, boys. I don't want to over-acquire. You don't want to do that because then you'll just have too many players. I have what I need. I got the defenseman. I got the 3 forwards. Let's get to preseason, and I can show you guys the Year 2 Colorado Avalanche. Okay, boys, here we are. The beginning of year number 2 in preseason. This is going to be interesting. How have the Colorado Avalanche grown over the course of the offseason? Will this be a year that we can actually make a push for the playoffs, or is it going to be another... I wouldn't say tank like last year, but it's going to be another disappointing year. Woo, baby! Calvin Pickard. I knew I did something right holding on to this guy. 87 overall. And look at that. He's only 25, so you got one more year of growth. Calvin Pickard. His athletic category, 5-star. All right, so we got a goaltender, boys. This actually might be a good year in the system. Let's see. Vavalainen, 75. What is he listed as? A minor league starting goaltender. So we should be starting this guy in the AHL just to be certain. Might even just bring up Smith well, yeah, okay, I don't have enough players right now. But that's our goaltender situation, boys. Pickard, 87. So he's now the same overall that Varlamov was last year for us. Tyson Barrie, he stayed at 87. Zadorov, oh, baby. Zadorov grew to 85. I wonder... Yeah, it's the defensive categories. Holy shit, shot blocking up there at 90. His physical categories. His passing is getting up there, though. His puck control, he's not a defensive liability. All right, so Zadorov, we saw some nice growth. So that's why I didn't want to sign a guy like Justin Schultz, guys, because we already got guys who grew to 85, 86, you know? I want to give these guys the ice time. Give them the chance to grow. So Tyson Barrie, Zadorov, Derek Pouliot. So we acquired him when he was a 78. Now he's grown to an 85. Hell yeah. There's that offensive defenseman to help out McKinnon and Drouin. Redmond, Delzaster, Siemens grew to 80. Kempney, 80. Jelena, Glaubeff. What about in the system? We got anyone? Bigris. Yeah, Bigris. He was the one. 84. So he grew as well. So we actually, I'm glad I didn't sign Justin Schultz, boys. This is why. This is exactly why we did not need Justin Schultz. Under the salary cap. Oh, God. What? Oh, Jesus. I have all these. Oh, really? I'm going to be under the salary cap by making that move? Okay, so I'll have to do some off-camera power of video editing just to get my team sorted out. We're going to have to sign some more free agents just to get the cap space. But Bigris up there is an 84. Now you got 4 decent defensemen. That's not bad. That's not, it's not, elite by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not horrible. Jonathan Drouin grew to an 88, boys, so an 88 sniper. Hell yeah. Grigorenko up to an 83. Don't know what to make of this guy. He went from 80 to an 83. Don't know if he's going to grow or not. I'd like to see him grow. Rantanen, yes! Mikko Rantanen up to an 85, boys. He's going to be ready. Oh, the forward core here in Colorado is looking good. Bork, Latta, Desjardins. Okay, so let's take a look at in the system. Okay, JT Compher. We got some nice growth out of him. 84. Very nice, boys. Third line scoring forward. Now, he's got a great shot. His passing is still a little bit low. This is what I mean about Nick Bonino. Maybe Nick Bonino, JT Compher, and Grigorenko on the third line is a goal-scoring line, I don't know what Tyson Jost has grown to be. Sebastian Aho, 83. I don't know if he's grown. Maybe by 1 overall point. Hannakainen in the system. Comtos 76. So, boys, I think everyone would agree. Comtos needs a year in the AHL, or not in the AHL, the CHL. He needs to just go back to junior. Centers, Nathan McKinnon up to a 90. Hell yeah, I'm going to love to see what him and Drouin do this year. It's going to be nice. Nick Bonino at 84, so we got some structure down the middle. Holy shit, Nolan Patrick. He grew to an 88 over the course of the offseason, boys. All right, too bad, Ottawa. I got my hands on Nolan Patrick, so we're good down the middle. Look at Tyson Just, though, boys. Maybe another year. He's still listed as a minor league scoring forward. However, maybe to get him to grow faster, I should bring him up to the NHL squad. So it looks like, the way I would put it, it would be McKinnon, Patrick, Bonino at third line center, and maybe Tyson Just as an AHL first liner for one more year. And then we could just find a fourth line center. That's precisely why I got Nick Bonino, boys. Precisely. So Bonino as a third line center can play alongside of JT Compher and Grigorenko, or Grigorenko and Sebastian Aho. Yeah, because I can't bring all the guys up at the right time here. Go to edit lines. Let me just go to our line changes right now, boys. I'll just ghost it for you so you can take a look. Best line. So McKinnon drew in. Comtos, JT Compher are in there. And then we got Aho. Yeah, Comtos, JT Compher, Aho on the left side. McKinnon, Bonino, and Patrick down the middle. Druin, Rantanen, and Grigorenko on the right side. So that's the top 9. We just need a fourth line. Defensively, we got Pouliot, Berry, Zadorov, Bigris, Jelena, Del Zaster, and then goaltender, we got freaking Jean-Luc Picard of the Enterprise, and fucking he's 87 overall. So you know what, this team may be ready to go, boys. That draft pick, Nolan Patrick, may make this team not even the accelerated rebuild, man, the turbo rebuild. That's gonna put us so far ahead. So boys, now we've jam-packed this video of so much content. It's probably over an hour long. Holy crap. Now it's up to you guys to take a look at the team and let me know what direction we should go for. We might be playoff bound this year. So what do we do? Remember, we have 2 first-round picks, ours and the Dallas Stars. That Dallas has Gabriel Landeskog. They may be a good team this year. So if we get to the trade deadline and both teams are not in the playoffs, boom, big trade baits. So let me know what we should do, boys, and I will see you in the next one when we start up year number 2. Be sure to check out our website, 2bcsports.com, where the hockey talk continues. Find myself and others in the live interactive chat, or dive into the active forums to talk about sports and gaming. You can also find us on Twitch, where the live streams come to life.